Hey guys, it's Oberstadt. So today I'm going to be doing kind of like a get ready with me using the BH Cosmetics Marvycorn palette. This is one I picked up at TJ Maxx. I saw it when it first came out on BH, but at the time, about a year ago when I saw it on there, I couldn't afford it. And I'm wearing my new nightgown. This is actually one I picked up at Walmart for like $5, but it's got all these like coffee designs on it. And so I figured I would do my makeup and do like a coffee kind of get ready with me. So I have my coffee and I'm gonna be playing with some eyeshadow, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. So if you like these kinds of like chit chat, get ready with me kind of things, I'm gonna try and do this a little bit kind of like tutorial style. I know a few people still have this palette. I know I had people ask me where I got it because they were curious because they wanted to get it. So yeah, I got it at TJ Maxx. It was $5. I mean, literally it was $5. It was the only one there that didn't have the Moana shade and the Bahamas shade in it broken. And I just edited the swatch video of this palette this morning. So yeah, so I'm gonna play with makeup. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Get your coffee, get ready with me, play with eyeshadow. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, and don't forget to thumbs up the video because it's all engagement, and even just saying hi in the comments, it does help me out quite a bit. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in and get playing with makeup. I'm probably gonna do eyeshadow first and then most likely do concealer, corrector, that kind of thing afterwards. But I'm gonna start off with the first shade up here, which is called Fodder, which for those that don't know, that is another term used for feed for horses. And I don't have anything on my face. Like hours ago, I sprayed my face with this Pixie Glow Mist stuff. But that's it. That's all that's really on my face. I had to use an oil on my face last night before bed because my face was like super dehydrated. And I was laying in bed like 2 hours after I'd had a shower, and my face was just burning. It was so dry. So I got up and put an oil on my face and then a heavy duty moisturizer over that. So I didn't like wash my face when I got up because I knew how dry my skin was. I just kind of got a washcloth wet and just wiped over my face and whatnot. So there might be remnants of that left on my face, but again, I put that stuff on my face like 17 hours ago, 18 hours ago. My sleep schedule's been like really messed up lately. I was doing really good going to bed between like 10:30 and 11:30 at night, and then getting up between 5:30 and 7:30 in the morning, and then I was it sounds like my phone just went off, editing videos and doing description boxes and that kind of thing, and then I'd edit and upload and do descriptions and stuff first thing, and then I'd play with makeup or whatever after that. But it seems like I kind of like stopped doing that. So I'm not quite sure if, because on the weekends it's hard for me because my dad plays video games and he stays up a little later. I'm going to go into spray tan down here and darken up the crease and the outer edge. But on the weekends and stuff it's hard because Dad usually Saturday and Sunday is up till like 2 something in the morning, and we're gaming, and it's a little bit harder for me to be like, Dad, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. And he's okay with me going to bed, but I feel bad because I barely get to see him all week. Like, it's after 5 o'clock right now, and he still isn't home from work. So I'm technically, this isn't morning for me. This is 5 o'clock in the afternoon for me. And I got up at 11. I was laying in bed half asleep when I saw a cop flashy lights outside my bedroom window, so of course I had to be nosy and go out and see what was going on. They pulled a girl over in some beat up looking Bronco for no tag light, and it took not one cop but 2 to pull her over. She was the only person in the vehicle, and just because of how weird I thought it was that a supervisor showed up for a burnout taillight, and it wasn't even a taillight, it was a tag light. I thought that was a bit odd, and so because all the cops, there was 3 cops there, and because they were all men, I decided I better just kind of stand outside and keep an eye on the situation because you never know. I couldn't see what the girl looked like in the vehicle, but I knew it was female because I could hear her voice from where I was standing in my yard. And the cops didn't realize I was standing out there. And I was about, I don't know, a quarter of an acre away from the road when I think the one cop kind of spotted me, but I wasn't like really moving. I was just standing there. And this nightgown is gray, and there wasn't a whole lot of light out last night. I didn't flip a light on or anything, but as soon as I saw the red and blue lights in my window, I decided I better go outside and figure out what the heck. There's a lot of stuff that happens out here in the country that you won't hear about. Like a couple weekends ago, it was July 4th. There was a nasty accident, literally right at the corner, and I could see the accident from my front yard really clearly. And then I tried to record some with my phone from the backyard and from the roof, and nothing was said on the news. You can't find a write-up in the newspaper. There's nothing on any of like the pages or anything about the accident, which I found was shocking because there was not one but 2 life flight helicopters that came and took people away. So if there's an emergency helicopter here, it should have been bad enough to make the newspapers. This is just the washcloth that I used earlier. It's a little bit damp still. I think I'm gonna stop there for right now and do corrector and concealer. I'm gonna test a theory that I have. Not quite sure how well it'll work, but I'm gonna use this NYX. This is the under eye color corrector in the pot form, and I'm not too keen on it, but it's kind of a more oily formula than the one in the tube with the wand. So I wanted to see if I could use this on my eyes and then use the e.l.f. concealer over it. And the problem I have with the e.l.f. concealer, the 16-hour camo concealer, is that it's like super drying on my skin, and it causes like every line and wrinkle that could possibly come out on my face to show, and I don't like that. I hate this pot. It's like, it looks like it's half empty. It's probably not. The video for this just went up. I haven't had any problems with it. I was a little concerned to use it because it was made in 2016, and this says it's got a little thing, 18-month shelf life on the side. So I was a little concerned to buy a product off the NYX website that was made so long ago. And I just realized I didn't finish the description box on it. Oh well, I'll do that in a minute. I mean, it just went up right after or right before I came in here, so. I'm gonna stop right there, and I do have a subscriber of mine sent me an actual like beauty blender. I'm gonna put this is the liquid one from NYX. This is their HD Studio Photogenic blah blah. Usually I use the Real Technique sponge, and I'll go ahead and do that on this side. And then somebody sent me a beauty blender, and it smells like a flower. It smells very floral. And when I got it wet and used my hand to like squeeze the water out of it, it like sudsed, and I was like, it was still brand new, still sealed and everything. I'm like, is there soap in this? Okay, that's funny. It just like took coverage away from under my eyes. Let me grab the Essence concealer. This one's like half empty. I'm like looking half dead today. I think I started dozing off about 5 this morning, and then I heard Dad let the dog out. He must have got up late or something, because it wasn't until almost 6 o'clock when I heard the dog go out the front door. And Chihuahuas. She goes out the front door and barks at absolutely nothing. And it wakes me up because she goes right out in front of my bedroom window and bark, 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 bark. I'm like, shut up, Emily. So she woke me up this morning. Oh crap, whatever, the wrong side with the wrong sponge. Oh well. I'm going to try and use the e.l.f. one under my eyes now. And this is way, way too light. Way too light. And I've been testing out this is the Maybelline Fit Me. I'm gonna put this on my chin only and my forehead. I'm not gonna put it anywhere else on my face, because I've found that lately that this has been like burning my skin, and it's causing like weird breakouts. So I figured I would test it out in 2 spots on my face and see. That looks kind of pink on my chin. Let me zoom you out a little. See, my chin looks pink. But so she woke me up, and I was awake till probably 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning. And then the phone rang at 8:30, woke me up again. Holy, whoops, way too late. It seems like the beauty blender sponge is like taking away coverage. See how I've got a little bit of like darkness in here? Ooh, I just left a finger mark. I really need to go get, I was debating on getting like the medium tan or medium golden or whatever of the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, because this is the fair warm shade. And you see how light it is. This is kind of light. Let me see if I have another concealer I can grab, because the other two on my tray are light. I'm gonna grab this one from Physicians Formula, because I know this is darker on me. So I'm gonna boop and boop. And we'll see how this helps with how bright that is. Holy crap. Well, I tell you what, if I ever needed to white out my face or make something super bright, I know I've got the e.l.f. concealer. It's funny, where I put those down over the e.l.f. concealer, see the little spots? I don't think it likes playing with other product. I did it again with that sponge, except for it was a different sponge this time. Might as well run over this side. It's a lot firmer than the Real Technique sponge. Let's see if I can use this bronzer that I have here from, this is Pacifica. I'm gonna mix, like, I'm gonna get powder on my brush as well, but I'm gonna try and mix and do like a couple of swipes in the bronzer and then dip it in the powder. See if I can bring some life back to my under eyes so it's not so bright. Makes a weird thumpy noise. Feels like I'm bouncing a beach ball on my head. That helps a little bit. I'm going to do that over here as well. Not quite as dead looking. And since I have it out, I might as well use it to go ahead and bronzer and blush. And if you look, I already have a darker strip here on my face where my face goes in. That's basically where I put bronzer. And I like this is more of a neutral shade. It's not quite so orange like some bronzers. They look really orange on me. And I have a warm undertone, so I don't want orange on my skin. And then I'm going to go into my Mini Bronze, which is a cool tone bronzer. And just kind of dust over that and over my eyes. That's why I usually wear a headband. And I'm gonna mix this NYX blush with the Pacifica one. They're kind of similar shades actually now that I'm looking at it. Interesting. And I thought the NYX one would come in like an actual like pan form. But it came in a little like thing of its own. I was gonna just stick it in my magnetic palette, but I don't know if I could do that now. And I always start off by smiling and putting the color right on the apples of my cheek and then sweeping it up. I always run over my forehead, my nose, my chin, and kind of down my neck. Something that I've always done. Kind of brings a little bit of life back to my face. And I'm going to go in with the Jeffree Star highlight. This is their Supreme Frost highlight in Hypothermia. It's very glittery. You know what? Let me try this. Just scrape my nose. It's funny, now that I've sprayed my face, it almost has this like blue sheen to it. And just because I'm extra, I'm going to grab the Physicians Formula Pearl highlight as well. And I'm scaring the camera. That's pretty bad. When I go to put highlight on and it's going, it's too much, it's too much. No, it's never too much. It's blinding me. When the camera can't focus. So I really haven't had like a whole lot going on. I'm just gonna run over all the powder on my face and just kind of stamp it down. I've been gaming with my dad like I usually do. But I've been trying to stream on Twitch, and I tested out one streaming service Sunday, and it like lagged so bad. It's like all you saw was like the same scene of the game for like 4 minutes. I'm like, okay, that's not good. That's not what I want. I want people to be able to see what I'm doing in the game. So the other gaming service that or the other gaming streaming game that I was using, I was using XSplit Sunday and it didn't work, and my Streamlabs OBS one is the one I usually prefer, but it tells me when I'm having like latency issues and lag and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna go into this Honey Boo Boo shade here, and I'm gonna put this on like the outer edge of my eye. Oh, I forgot there was highlights in here. It's like a creamsicle kind of orangey shade. And I'm going to take this from like and of course my battery's flashing at me. I'm going to take this from like a neutral kind of like day look, and then I'm going to put a pop of color on the bottom lash line, which is why I wanted to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup. But I might just get this brush wet. Let me apply it to the other eye dry first, and then I'll get the brush wet and try it that way. Because I have found that if you do it dry on one eye and then do the other eye with it wet, it doesn't quite look the same. So whatever you do on one eye, you kind of need to do with the other. And then change up how you're going to do things. I'm going to go ahead and get the brush wet like I usually do. I watched a woman yesterday on YouTube do a tutorial on how to do your concealer and stuff like that if you're over like 35. and she used the wrong finger the whole time, and she's supposedly some pro makeup artist, and I was like screaming at the computer, "You're using the wrong finger!" The reason I only use my ring finger, and this goes back to cosmetology school training and advice from doctors, is this finger on your hand is the strongest. This is the next strongest. This is the weakest finger on your hand. So you always want to use your pinky finger or your ring finger to apply products on like your under eye area, around your eyes. So if you notice when I come in, I'll always use my ring finger. I'm going to go into the Sheesh shade right here. I just flipped the brush over, same wet brush. And I'm going to put that in the front. This is one of the highlighter shades from the center. But I thought it was odd for somebody who is supposedly a professional makeup artist who did a makeup look on YouTube on how to do makeup for over 35. And she used the wrong darn finger the whole time, and people are like, "Oh, I love what you did. This is so great. This is fabulous." But your and she even has like the techniques listed in the title of her video, and she's teaching people to do these techniques. And I know we all do our techniques different, but teaching somebody to use the wrong finger to apply makeup on the eye area that can damage your eye and damage the skin and cause wrinkles and irritation and all kinds of other issues, to me was like, what are you doing? So yeah, I watched the first few minutes of it and that was about it. I could not watch this woman apply her skincare and her eye creams, and she went on to like concealer and stuff. But like I couldn't sit there and watch it with her using techniques that could damage somebody's eyes. I just couldn't do it. So I clicked out of it. I'm gonna go back into fodder really quick, and I'm gonna tilt the brush up at an angle and run it under my eye to get it closer to the lashes, and then just bring it down just a little bit. I have this natural crease here for where my eye protrudes at the bottom, so I'm trying to stay above that line. Yeah, this e.l.f. concealer is like, I can see every little line and wrinkle under my eyes right now. And that's something that it always does to me. Every time I've tried to wear it, no matter how little or how much or whatever that I use of it, it always seems to do that to my eye. It's like it sucks all the moisture out of my skin, is what I'm thinking it's doing. And I'm just going back over with whatever's left over on the brush and blending out the outer edge at the same time. And I'm gonna whisk off any of my fallout. Now with a little angled, this is a dense, it's a special angled brush. I'm gonna come in with this Milana shade, which is a shimmer. And I'm going to pick up product on that, and then I'm gonna press it right along the lash line. Gonna move my lashes first. I just got shadow in my eye. And this is a natural hair brush. That might be why it's flicking shadow everywhere. I'm going to switch to the Luxie. This is the 221. This is a flat definer brush. That's working a little better. It's not flicking the shadow everywhere. And these brushes were dry. They're not wet. And because I use this brush on the other eye, I'm going to have to do that over here too to make it match. Now I get shadow in that eye. It's funny, in the palette it's like more like an emeraldy green, but on the skin it looks more like turquoise. And I am experiencing a little bit of fallout with it. Just a little bit. So right now it's like a pretty neutral look. I'm gonna go ahead and take the highlighter shade Livin' the Life, which is hit myself in the nose, and I'm gonna pop that in the center of my lid in between those two shades. It's almost the same shade as the Honey Boo Boo. And just to be extra, I'm going to grab the very first shade Sheesh, which is what I use on the inner part of my eye, and add that to my highlight collection I've got going on my cheek. Alright, I'm going to take the Make Beauty, this is the lip gloss in Victoria Plum. It has this really weird, like hourglass shaped wand. It's a little bit minty, but I like it. It's kind of a more minty gloss than anything. So, really quick, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I want to put my waterline. I'm going to try the ColourPop Cream Gel Eyeliner. I haven't used the white one in my waterline yet, I don't think. I've used the yellow. Whoa, that definitely makes your eyes look away. Holy crap. Oh, brows. I totally forgot brows. I don't really do a whole lot with brows. I just kind of fill them in a little bit. I already have the hair. I just want it to appear darker. Let me do one and I'll show you the difference. See how much closer to my hair color this one is than this one? That's all I do. And then sometimes I'll run a clear brow gel over it. I see a lot of YouTubers talk about how they don't have any brows, or their brows are sparse, or they've got to do this or that or the other two on. Oh, I just color outside the line. I don't really have that problem. I've got brows. Got really good brows, so I just kind of try and color inside the lines, and it's not always what happens, but that's it. Now my brows match my hair. That's all I really want. And other than mascara, I think I'm done. I think I'm going to go ahead and record a separate video. I'm going to be doing a battle of with the Thrive Cosmetics. So I'm going to stop this here, and then I will come back and do the outro in just a second. So this is where we're at right now. Everything's done but mascara. So I will see you in just a second. Okay guys, so this is the finished look right here using the BH Cosmetics Marvin the Magnificence Marvycorn palette. I used, how many shades did I use in here? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I used 6. I used this one first. This one in the outer corner. This one is under my lower lash line. I used this and the Honey Boo Boo shade on my lid, and then I used a little bit of this in the center of my lid as well. And I used Sheesh as a highlight. There is considerable fallout in the pan from the highlighter shade. So my palette looks like a bomb went off in it. And this Moana shade down here at the bottom had quite a bit of kick up. So it's a very delicate shimmer shade. And I'm kind of like OCD when it comes to how clean my palettes are. So that's the only thing that I noticed. This is an older palette. I wasn't expecting it to be like brand new quality or anything like that, but this is my first time playing with it, and I figured I would do it on camera because, like I said, I just edited the swatch video for this today. So I figured since it was fresh on my mind, I would go ahead and use it. And if you want multiple looks, one palette with this, let me know. I could do a couple of really bold looks out of this. I could do more neutral looks because there's the K-By shade, there's the muddy shade that I could use just on my lid. There's that beautiful purple, the Bahamas shade up here that's beautiful. So there's a few options that I have. There's even a black in this palette. And I'm kind of like one of those, I'm trepidatious to use a black shade, especially with the way my eyes are shaped and stuff. It kind of closes makes my face more narrow and closes my eyes off. So if you want to see me use this palette again, or if you want to see like 3 looks, 1 palette, or 4 looks is usually what I do. I do 1 look on one eye and 1 look on the other eye. Please let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to toss a like on this video. If you would like more information about being a patron, click the link down in the description box. You can donate as low as $1 a month or a one-time donation. It does help out my channel. It helps pay for the equipment that I'm recording on, the SD cards that I use, the makeup that I buy to review for you guys or to use in makeup looks. And I have a special project that I'm going to be working on that's going to be very, very, very time consuming. And patrons only will be able to view that video. And then after about 2 weeks, I will post it on YouTube as unpublished so that only people with the link, which are patrons, can view it. So for the first 2 weeks, people that have donated $5 or more a month will be able to view the video first, and then anybody who's donated $1 or more a month will be able to see the actual link after it's been on Patreon for 2 weeks. I will publish it on YouTube, and you can see the video there if you're a patron. If not, then you're gonna have to wait a month before you see the look, because I will wait at least a month before I post it on YouTube publicly. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this look. If you want more information about Patreon or want me to do like a dedicated video about what Patreon is, how it works, how it helps me, that kind of thing, let me know down in the comments, because I will be more than happy to explain it. So I will see you guys in another video very soon. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and I will see you later. Bye.